Hello and welcome back. I have a few things I want to talk about today. So let's get this started with something that I am really proud of. And it turned out better than I hoped it would. I took one of my pieces of art from one of my more recent stories and turned it into a product. This is a zipper pouch and it really came out beautiful. I was actually concerned about the technique I'd used for the art, because I'm using a 13th century technique that was chalk on burlap. So I was really worried about how it would actually look on real fabric. I am very pleased as how well it actually turned out. Here is a close-up of it, and the detail is just gorgeous. Now, I'm not even going to pretend to understand all of the behind the scenes for what goes into actually making this happy. But the company that I used did a beautiful job, and it really turned out great. So the link will be in the description, but the website is rapmd.us. That is rapmd.us. All proceeds go towards continuing my research and funding the projects that this research involves. So if you like this kind of content, this kind of product, take a look. I have a wide range, and I really am pleased with how well the company was able to really do it and carry out the actual construction. It is well made, too. I needed something to hold my paperwork in, and this is really going to do an excellent job. Let's see if I can get the camera to show all of the various seaming. Excellently stitched together. Really nicely done. Let's see. The inside. Nicely done indeed. So I'm really happy with this. But now the point of this video. The point that really makes me wonder just how far gone our world really is. Over the last couple of days, I've been seeing a emerging thread within social media about how companies are regretting firing their employees for the grand promises of AI doing all the work for them. To be honest, that just makes my head hurt. It makes my head hurt that multi-million-dollar companies even thought this was a good idea, and it makes my head hurt that it took them this long to figure out just how bad of an idea it really was to try to replace a valuable employee with a tool. The only analogy that comes to mind is a construction company firing all of their employees and then going to a job site and laying out a jackhammer, a saw, and other tools on the ground and expecting the building to be built for them. There is just no logic behind any of that. It's disturbing that people with millions of dollars on the line for their business somehow convinced themselves that a tool was going to work without a human behind it. The level of, I want to say insanity, but I'm not even sure that is a proper word. Stupidity isn't strong enough, so I really don't know how to even put that into words. Ineptitude, I guess, is the only thing I'm going to have to use. Of thinking that this would work out well is disturbing. It is just horrifyingly disturbing. The aspect of even trying to think that this technology is going to replace a human is mind-numbingly painful. It doesn't take somebody being in the field for 30 years to know that. A little bit of common sense is more than enough to figure out that somewhere there has to be somebody using the machine. You can't just send an excavator or a bulldozer out and expect it to magically do whatever it's supposed to do. Somebody has to be driving it. AI is the same way. Somebody has to be driving it. has to be telling it what to do and functioning. These machines cannot function on their own. They cannot decide anything on their own. There is no capability of cognizant abilities, reasoning, functionality, decision-making involved in these machines. They are a calculator. That would be like asking an accountant to put a calculator on a table and having it solve a business's budget. It's not going to happen. The accountant can use the calculator to significantly increase his productivity, just as he would a spreadsheet. But it's not going to happen by itself. Can we please go back to sanity in the field and get rid of all of this useless, idiotic, obscene hype? The make-believe fairy dust coming out of venture capitalism is jaw-dropping disturbing. It's just, I have no words to describe how stupid this entire process really is. Use the tool, learn the tool, become more productive with the tool. Don't expect the tool to work by itself. It's not going to happen. It is not going to happen. There is no amount of reasonable intellectual capability that anybody can possess to understand that a hammer is not going to get off the ground and magically build a house by itself. An AI is not going to magically be able to figure out how to do anything without a real human somewhere in there telling it what to do or giving it a program to run to actually do it. Now, once that program is running, then it might stand a chance of getting something accomplished. Maybe. But I can tell you from personal experience of Newshound, the Ancestral Social Critique, and all of the other work I have done through YouTube, this channel, my website, that sooner or later it's going to break badly. And whoever is behind it is going to spend hours trying to figure out why it broke. Even if you use it as a tool to increase your productivity, it's not going to magically do everything. You're still going to have to be there to do part of the work yourself. For example, looking at this channel as an example, the workflow I have to go through to put anything on this channel is first thinking about the script, unless it's one of my off-the-cuff videos like this one, getting the script written, then using the AI model to transliterate the script into pre-industrial language, then going back and manually checking the script to make sure there are no mistakes in it, and in fact it didn't screw up the language somewhere within the script. Then I have to run programs that break down the script into sentences. Thankfully, that's a mechanical process. Then I take each of those sentences and one by one I make AI calls to an image generator to produce the special kind of imaging that I want for my stories. Pre-industrial imaging that require very specific instructions and very frustrating days like yesterday. That literally took me 8 hours to get one, and only one image right. That was one of the many frustrating days that I had to deal with, and do deal with on a constant basis. 8 hours for one single image to get right so that it fit my story properly. So, in all of this, none of this actually says set it and forget it, or go fire everybody and let it do it itself. It means it helps. Without the AI, it would take me a month to make images like this. And the particular video that I used that image in has 36 of them. So that's a lot of work for me that the AI does definitely help me do. But I still have a lot of work as well. So once I have all the images, I have all of the scripts broken down, then I go to Python and I begin stitching it all together section by section. basically 3 hours of work there. So all in all, by the time I'm done with that video, I'm going to be looking at 48 hours just to put that video together. And that does not include actually going through the original source material, verifying it, researching it, and actually making sure it fits the theme I want for the channel. Thankfully, I've got a backlog of content that is well into April, so I can afford snags like yesterday. But the point being, I have to do the work. And it's a lot of work to get the channel aesthetic properly done. It's a lot of work to ensure that the product I am producing, the video I am producing, looks good. That really is the whole point that just baffles me as to why any major corporation with a large number of skilled, trained, professional employees could even remotely think that a stupid machine could just magically do all that work by itself. No, it can't. No, it won't. It can do simple, repetitive tasks. And in carpentry, they have the auto hammer or automatic nail driver or whatever terms they use now to describe how these mechanical machines use pressurized air to drive nails, versus a carpenter spending all day hammering them by hand. But again, it's a tool. It's not going to work by itself. It still needs a human to do the work for it. So please, can we return to sanity? Can somebody tell these greedy corporations, knock it the hell off and get back to work, and stop trying to trash society with stupidness that everybody knows with even just a little bit of common sense is a complete and utter joke. That's it. I've rambled enough on this. If you like what you saw from my products, please visit my shop, check the descriptions. Let me know what you think, share your thoughts, leave a comment. And please remember, if there are any jobs replaced, it's not by AI. It's by somebody who knows how to use the tool better than whoever was there previously. And any business that decides to fire their employees for a machine only on a task that is clearly not suited for a machine-only situation is a business going broke. Thank you for watching.